Welcome back. Yeah, I'm wearing a bucket hat 'cause I had a shower before the game and I ain't done my hair. Deal with it. I want to get mad because I thought they were there for the taking. But they're dicking around with the formation in the second half. We actually played worse in the second half. In the first half, we were doing bits. You're always going to say Real Sociedad have a lot of the ball. They're a great technical side. They're always going to knock it around. But I thought the 3-3-1-3 or the 3-3-3-1, depending on how you want to paint it, it's a Bielsa tactic. I'm all for people trying to throw Bielsa tactics in. I don't think I've got my Bielsa book here, actually. Yeah, we do, actually. It's literally out of the book, lads. But it's meant to elicit control. And it's meant to enable you to find it easy to press again. And it didn't do that. It took Casemiro out the centre of the park where he is the most effective and controlling. I don't know why we had... I'm sure we're going to find out, but I don't know why we had to take Lindelof off. Just the entire group swung on a bullshit penalty in the first half. First leg, first match. And we had to play this entire bullshit out to go through like that. And that's that. And Nicholas here says, we got outplayed by a toothless La Liga side. You got outplayed by a technically really good La Liga side that does that to a lot of teams. It's not... You know they lost, right? Some of the yellow cards in that game were absolutely laughable. And I guess your manager throwing stuff on last minute is sort of what you want to see. Trying things, but the lack of striking options on the bench shown you just how... I mean, the fact that we throw Maguire on to go and get a win just shows you how absolutely lacking we are for talent up front, doesn't it? It's just pure not good enough. I'm just going to get a tweet out because I just realised I've not done it. Normally, going and beating a team in Spain 1-0 is an absolutely banging result. But tonight, it doesn't feel like we won because the objective wasn't to win the game. The objective was to top the group. And we haven't topped the group. Andy Williams says, we didn't lose the game, and I'm trying to remember that. Yeah. And then when you look at who we've got in the next round, it's all the people that dropped out of the Europa League. And you may have heard this already before, but I'm telling you again. You've got Ajax, Leverkusen, Barcelona, Sporting, Salzburg, Shakhtar, Sevilla, Juventus. Not really an easy game in there, lads. Peter Knight says, Van der Beek, top 10 worst United signing. Jesus. Steve, is Martinez the best centre-back in the world right now? Am I right or am I right? I think you might be right. Donny Van der Beek didn't do anything to grab his chance tonight. And do you know what? On nights like tonight, when you've had an academy product come through the ranks and score like he scored, so positive, so energetic, so direct, I was very impressed, at least in the first half. I thought the second half, nobody really shone because it almost looked like... I can't imagine we've worked that to the level where we're comfortable playing in it because the evidence didn't suggest that out on the pitch today. I feel like that was a Hail Mary attempt off the cuff, purely off the cuff, and the players will have to try and adapt to it. Or maybe they might have discussed it briefly at half-time, but I don't think the players have done days of practice in that shape because it looked like no one had a clue. And if I had to point at one of the things that's impressed me so much with Erik ten Hag's management is that Manchester United look prepared. It's like Manchester United look like we know what we're doing. People get on the ball and don't go, right then, what we're going to do. They get on the ball with some sort of an idea of where it's going next. And that is good coaching. But the second half tonight, I think we dropped the ball. I think we dropped the ball a little bit because we could have and should have beat them. And I'm not going to sit here blaming referees. But it was frustrating. Hostad says, reminds me of when Smalley went up front against Wolfsburg. Slightly better circumstances tonight, though. It does feel like a loss, doesn't it? Google this says, watching Garnacho score that goal, assisted by Ronnie, is what makes me love the club. Academy player, assisted by old guard, proper United way. Can you appeal a yellow card? Only mistaken identity. Yeah, it's bullshit. Why do you think Lindelof was subbed? I think it was down to some sort of a knock because it didn't make sense, to be fair. Happy says, playing with Ronnie is like playing -1. He had a couple of good moments tonight, but my overwhelming thought watching Ronaldo was, it's getting sad. That was my overwhelming thought. Joe says we need Marshall back ASAP. How do you tickle our dicks in pre-season like that, the way Martial did, just to be injured for like essentially the whole first half of the season? Sai says an away win against a strong Spanish side. I'd take that as a huge W, at least under normal circumstances. That's the thing, innit? We've just not been able to deliver over the. I mean, we lost one game and we won 5. Usually that means you can top the group, but not in this circumstance. Danny says we wasted so many opportunities because our striker can't do anything with the ball. Why is Shaw picked over Malacia so much lately? I mean, you know, I let people know when I don't think Shaw's up to it, but I am not saying Shaw isn't up to it at the moment. Shaw's playing genuinely good. This isn't Shaw playing good the way some people thought he was playing good like 2 years ago. He has genuinely been playing good. Therefore, I don't have a problem with him playing. Obviously, I think he's earned the right to play. Simple. Witterbird says, with the experimental choices, you can't be mad at the team. What was experimental? Realistically. So, I don't believe Anthony travelled. Marcus had some sort of a knock. What was experimental about the team? Realistically. Donny van der Beek hasn't played a lot. Okay. Ten Hag does know him, though. Garnacho played in the last Europa game. Not really experimental. The back four we have seen, it's arguably the first choice back four with Varane being out injured. Casemiro and Eriksen. It was pretty strong. Realistically, wasn't it? Pretty strong. Marzouk says Van der Beek analysis. What did he do? I don't remember him getting on the ball. I really don't remember him getting on the ball at all. AJ says, since when do you take a short corner chasing the game in the 93rd minute? You got to try some stuff. I'm not necessarily mad at that. 15 out of 18 points. Pretty great, really. Yeah. Midfield and attack was dull and therefore no combination. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just putting it purely down to the formation. You know, I think Paul Scholes said it in the game. Marcus Rashford in the middle of the pitch is not getting the best out of Marcus Rashford. They were still playing a relatively high line that you could get behind. That's the one. Toby says, High State didn't catch the game. Should we have scored another in your opinion? In the first half, I think yes. I don't know the split of shots between first and second half, but in the second half we didn't create enough. Mike says, how can you not be mad at the short corner when having Maguire on was for a corner? Maguire doesn't score from corners. It's a myth. He doesn't. When was the last time he scored from a corner? That wasn't against Andorra or whoever it is. He doesn't score from corners, certainly not at club level. And also, if you're putting a corner in, sometimes if a lot of people vacate the box and you're going for a second ball, then that might be a decent one. Yeah. Reese says, to win the cup, you need to be the best team. So I reckon we need to fear anyone. We must meet in the playoffs. Don't reckon we need to fear anyone. Not too arsed that we came second in the group. Sam Larkin says Leeds. Don't know what he means because they're not in Europe. Striker in Jan. I really think we need a striker in Jan. What did I think of the ref? I thought it was turd. It's not the worst refereeing performance I've seen this week, though. Would you like to see a bad refereeing performance. I'm just going to throw a little something at you here. Let me see if I can download it and put it up quick. Otherwise, it'll take ages. But I think I've got a nice little video for you here. Is it on my phone? I think it's on here. Hang on. I know where it is. You lot tell me, was this... So, unfortunately, we crashed out of the cup this week. And I'm going to show you what we crashed out of the cup to. It was a dive, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show it you. All right, I think I can just drop it in here. It might not be the right size, but I'll try. Right, let's just put it there. See, did that work? It did not work. Hang on. Let me press that one. I mean, yeah, like I said, you tell me, is this a dive? That's not what I wanted. Because, to be honest, it's a dive. Oh, wow, it's coming sideways. That's not what I wanted. Transform. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Counterclockwise. Alright, let's try this.
No. Number 6.
Yeah, let's not do it live, eh? Jesus. How about
no?
It's not going. Why is it? Why is it only that way? Am I better than VAR in the Prem?
No. Number 6.
Hang on. Let me try just one more time to rotate it.
No.
It's not fucking rotating, is
Number
it?
6.
Oh well. I don't want to put it on Twitter, but it was a fucking horrendous dive. Guy just runs into KO'd. He's already got his arms up and he just sort of like rubs his chest against him and falls over. KO looks at him like, you what? Ref gives a free kick. They bosh it into the back post. And we come out the cup. Nice. Hang on. I got an idea. I'm just going to hit repeat on it. Right, loop.
No. Number 6.
I'll slow it down as well, actually, so you can actually see it, because it's horrendous. And let me see if I can...
Number 6.
Transform. It's not rotating,
Number 6.
it?
No. Number 6.
Not rotating at all.
No. Number 6.
Really not having it. A lot of people talking about Maguire being the new Fellaini after that.
Number 6.
Makes sense, I guess, but... Right.
No. Number 6.
It's not letting me touch it. Yeah, it's weird, it's just sort of stuck in that corner.
No. Number 6.
Yeah, I can't move it. It's not having it. Sorry, everybody.
Number 6.
And I can't get rid of it.
Number 6.
Do that. Anyways, yeah, that was bad, wasn't it? Aiden says, any concerns over McNeil not getting a look in? He's still a child. He's still a child. Feels like I'm in a mental asylum. Oh, was the audio on that? My bad, I didn't know there was audio on that. Daniel says, does Garnacho have a case to start over Sancho in the Premier League? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Google list says, clear dive anyway. Arms flailing, body angle all in. Yeah, it was fucking stop it. So for me, that was worse refereeing than we saw tonight. Overall performance was poor, says Higgs. I thought second half one was. Second half one was, yeah. So do I consider this a bad win? No, I think the overall feeling, I mean, people let me know in the comments, do you agree or disagree on this? The overall feeling is, look, it's a good win to go to Sociedad. No one's ever going to dispute going to Spain and picking up a win and keeping a clean sheet is excellent. but we needed 2. So it's almost kind of like it doesn't matter that we won because we could have gone there and lost 15-0 tonight. The result is still the end product of what happens is still the same. It doesn't matter. Abel says, why do we change that silly shape? Well, do you know what? If it had paid off, you call him a genius. And I actually like that he's got the balls to try that sort of stuff, but we have to be honest about it and say it didn't come off tonight. Notch says, problem all season is lack of goals. And Rehan says the same thing. Steve, it all comes down to the final third play. Totally agree. Finney says, loving the hat. Who would I prefer, David or Tony? I'll take either of them. Genuinely, either of them. Dom says, we didn't finish second because of tonight. We didn't score enough in the other games. I mean, just getting the draw in the first game would have done it, wouldn't it? Sayed says, if we stuck with the same formation second half, we could have won 2-0. We could have done, yes. I mean, you don't know necessarily how it's going to go, and they're obviously going to make changes to try and win the game themselves. But yeah, I would have thought we had enough in us to be able to do it. What's my opinion on the subs? I don't think we've got enough depth. Martinez out for the next game. That's a worry. Hopefully you got Varane back then. Richard says, no Anthony, Tony, Sancho, Varane, and the lack of goals is frustrating. Yes. Yeah, I think a striker is a must. I hope that the board are seeing enough to go, do you know what? Yeah. He's done well. What could he do if we actually back him? And Happy's just said it with a super chat there. There's no way the board doesn't see the lack of options up in front of the paddock. I asked a few people on Twitter earlier as well. During the match at the moment, Dre sits there and commentates the entire game, and then we clip out those bits for the match. If we could get him to live stream Paddock FC games, audio only, because, look, he's already doing that at the game. It's no drama for him to like plug a mic into his phone, clip it onto his neck while he's already got the other mic in his hand and just commentate the way he is, and there'd be no difference. You just get that audio live during the game so you could tune in and listen in. How many of you would be interested in tuning in for that sort of stuff? We can't do full live production, live streaming just yet because it'd probably take about 10 staff on a match day which don't have that sort of staffing or resources to be able to do that. Dylan says we need a backup or competition for the low, otherwise they'll burn out. I agree. Jockey says yes please, would be mint. Norfolk says yeah man, I'd be up for it. Jake Speaks says take a vote. I don't think that's something to vote on. More important things to vote on, I think, on that front. How do I find Bruno on the right wing? I think it could work. Not tonight necessarily, but I think it could work. Musically says, any chance Ronaldo saving himself for the World Cup? No, I don't think so. Clayton says, honestly, no, would consider if it had video. It's not going to happen for a year or two, video, at the very least. Lairdback says, Ibra, yeah, that could be an option. It's whether or not he's going from sitting, he wants to go to sitting on the bench from playing week in, week out. That's the problem. Mark says, why not swing the ball in for corners, especially when we've got that amount of men in the box? Corners are low percentage. They might find it better to go out and then try and work it in a little bit better. Notch says, Bruno's poor cross right at the end was so frustrating. There was quite a lot of poor crosses. My man of the match? I don't know. De Gea, maybe. Sai says, lack of squad depth made us had to play Bruno on the right wing. Yes and no. I would say Bruno is a viable option from that area. Paddock games open to come and watch, says AGM73. Yes, and they're free of charge. And I will be putting this to a vote. This is one of the first things we're going to vote on as a membership as soon as I've got the facilities to do that. But I would like us to vote on, because I would like to see it happen, but obviously it's up to you guys. whether or not we should keep our entry free of charge all the way through our journey in the Cheshire League, and only start charging an entry fee once we hit North West Counties. But well, I'll put it to you guys for that one. John says, Ace, how well has letting Pogba go gone? Still not played a game for Juve. Has he not played a single game? God damn. Andy Harper says, what's the celebration all about? What celebration? Ism says, is sure there's a big ass pole that you can stick on the penalty spot which players can try hit as crossing training. Happy says, is membership still on for Paddock? Yeah, I'm trying to work on the new website. But if you Google Stretford Paddock fan ownership or membership, you'll get to the right page. Unfortunately, I can't throw it in to the website. That's another issue I'm having at the moment. Everything should make sense and it should be in the menu, but it ain't. When is my lie detector video coming out? I haven't done it yet. We did Joel's a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, if you've seen that, it's actually quite funny. But I haven't filmed mine yet, so we have to get the geezer in that can come and do them. Ahmed says, this was possibly one of the best performances from Lindelof, but man of the match goes to De Gea or Martinez. I could go with that. Goodness says, every other channel's probably talking crap about the failed change of shape. That's why Steve's the best. Listen, I can criticise the change of shape, but I also have to accept... Listen, I'm putting myself in the firing line week in, week out, and being a manager that can make actions and take decisions, and obviously the levels are a little bit different. But I understand the thought process that goes through from a manager. So even if it's not the same levels, I understand the perspective. You know, I appreciate the gamble to try and change something and make something happen, and only he knows what the physical condition of some of the players is. Like I said, I appreciate the gamble. It didn't work off. Sometimes it does. And if it does, you're sitting here calling him a genius. But how can you get too mad when we've gone to Spain and won 1-0 and we just needed one more goal and we would have achieved what we needed to achieve? You know what I mean? John says, apparently Pogba chose not to have surgery to sort a problem out and now he's injured again. Going to miss the World Cup too. I did see that he was going to miss the World Cup. Jarvis says, Ten Hag did a tactical mistake changing to a back three too soon. I mean, maybe he did. But also, how do you know he didn't? Because you can't play the match again from the 60th minute and find out. You don't know. You don't know if he hadn't made that change, we was going to lose 3-1. You don't know this. Dean says, Ronaldo is finished. It doesn't look great. I think I can definitely agree with that one. Finish is a bit strong for one of the best of all time. Who do I want us to face off in the next round? Not asked. Brian says, we can't be too negative about that. We won. We played some good football, just lacking up front in the final third, which we've known for months, and no squad depth. Yeah. I mean, if anyone's losing their shit about that, they're not losing their shit about this game. The fucking missus have just left them or something. Like, you can't get too fucking wound up. But we just won a game. We just had an academy product score, a great goal. We kept a clean sheet. It now feels like fucking months since we conceded an open play goal. We've gone out into the round of 32 on the back of a bullshit refereeing decision in the first game and arguably some toss decisions in this one. The progress is there. I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy with the manager. I think he's doing a fucking great job. And that's that, innit? Jobbed. But right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Just tune in as always. Make sure to subscribe. We'll have 5 things out in the morning. We'll be doing XG and all tomorrow. So take that. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.